Hey everybody, it's Queen Jelly and welcome back to the Toy Box. Today we are going to be unboxing our Barbie Dream Besties over here. As you can see, this is a little bit of a different setup than I usually do. Behind me is my Rainbow High dollhouse that I recently thrifted, along with my whole Rainbow High collection. And kind of like Rainbow High is going through a soft reboot, so if you guys don't know, I took a small break away from YouTube and now I'm back. And I just want to try some new filming / editing techniques, try and do some different things here to see what kind of works for me and what works for the channel. So if there's anything that you like or don't like, just let me know in the comments down below. But we'll go ahead and get started with this possibly new continual type of intro where we kind of take a look at the doll, just a quick glance at like the box and stuff, and then we'll go up to our normal setup and actually set up. But I just kind of thought maybe you'd like to see my face. I have done a couple of videos where I've introed with my face in the past, but you know, it's just something that I've been seeing people do a lot, and I thought maybe I'd give it a try. So anyway, today we are going to be opening Teresa from the Dream Barbies Besties line. I'm really excited about this line. I personally am someone, as you can tell from my large collection of Rainbow High dolls, and if you watch my channel, all my Monster High unboxings, I'm someone who very much likes fantasy dolls, fantasy like proportions, colors, all that kind of stuff. I'm not super into heavy realism. I have absolutely zero problem with heavy realism. That's just not my type of collection. I, in fact, am one of those people that actually likes that dolls come in different varieties because different people like different things. I will never be the type of person to be like, that's not my style, so I don't think it should exist. Except with the very exception of the Rainbow High Littles. I don't think those should exist. Those are demons from hell. Anyway. We have Teresa. I'm very excited about these. I've been excited about these. I've been looking for these. I know they showed up, I think, first in Australia, but then when they showed up here in the States, I found her at Target, and I was very excited. I spent a good 20-30 minutes deciding which one of the 4 dolls because I want all 4. However, right now I'm not able to afford a bunch of dolls at once, so I have to pick one from a line and then either, you know, save a little bit and then get another one, or wait till they go on sale, especially with so much stuff coming out right now, and it's about to hit the Halloween season, which is like my busy season, for lack of a better word. Like, I just am always busy in that time of year, so I don't like that. Also means money being spent on other things than dolls, and it also means harder for me to get filmings done, so I'm trying to get a couple of filmings done before like the end of August to try and just have videos ready for you guys. But yeah, so I've picked her out. I picked her out because she's actually on a more petite body between the 4 dolls. So there are, like I said, 4 in the collection. There's the 2 Barbies. There is Teresa, and does it say? I can't remember her name right at the top of my head. Dang. Sorry, I can't remember her name for some reason right now, and I know you guys are screaming at your screens because I do the same thing when I'm watching videos and I know something and the person in the video doesn't. So I know you're screaming at me, but it's fine. She is on a slightly taller body. The 2 of them, I would say, would be considered on classic height type of thing, and then she's on the petite body. So even in just these 4 alone, they did give us a range of skin tones, ethnicities, and heights, which I really appreciate. And then if we look at the box, in my opinion, it takes a lot of feeling similar to a Monster High box. Mine has this tab already pulled out. It's been like that. But they have the like easy to open tabs, and not like a lot of tape, and just kind of like a simpler like box that's easy to open, as opposed to like a lot of, you know, hard lines and stuff that are hard to get into, I guess. And again, it's, you know, a doll with a, you know, a very solid theme, and then, you know, some accessories over here. To me, if they're modeling Barbies kind of like they do Monster High, then that means Monster High's doing well, which is good because that means more Monster High for me. Although it sounds like one of the dolls that I was looking forward to might have gotten canceled. It sounds like one of the Laguna dolls. We have some images for the next wave of Skulltimate Secrets, and there's only 3 dolls like that we've seen images of, and I kept hearing that it was Laguna, 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 and then now all of a sudden I hear that that one's canceled. I don't know. I don't know anything until they show up on the shelves, or like at Sweet Sweet or something when someone's showing them in their videos. But that's like by an actual company presenting them. Until the companies present them, I know nothing. I mean, I like to watch the speculation videos, but like I don't trust them until I see them on the shelves. Just saying. Yeah, I don't know if there's really much else to say about her from this side. I think we'll go ahead and move up to the desk, or we'll take a quick once over again of the information. Like, I'll read the back of the box to you guys like I usually do, and then we'll do a quick snip, 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 get her out and take a look at her. So, all right, once again, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and do all those things while I'm moving over there. We have now moved up to the desk so we can take a closer look at her. One thing I forgot to mention while we were over there is that I did find her for $20, which actually I was very happy with because I was expecting it to be $25. So when I rung her, like, because there wasn't a price point on her, because like I said, they had just put them out. So I expected them to be $25 because that's pretty much the average rate for dolls right now, but she was actually $20, so I was pretty happy with that. The other thing that I wanted to mention was in the box, it was also really hard for me to tell that she was on the petite sculpt because this one, her feet are all the way at the bottom of the box and there's the gap at the top. Sorry, it's a little out of frame. And there's this gap at the top. Some of them were packed where their ears were touching the top and then their feet are floating, and some were packaged kind of in the middle. It was really weird that they were all kind of in different positions inside the box, because the box is made the same size for all the dolls, but it has to be able to fit the 3 different body types. So there's like some extra room, especially for her because she is the shortest one. Although she has some pretty major heels, which we will look at. But it was kind of interesting that they were all kind of like all over the place. Like, as you can kind of see, her face is turned like to the side, but some were like facing the front and stuff. And all of them had, their hair was a little bit messy, but because I take them out of the box, that wasn't a concern for me. Also, her name is Renee. I looked it up. It says, Teresa, hi, I'm Teresa. I love design, video games, and leveling up my coding skills. Dream is to start my own video game company. Favorite activity, gaming, reading, gymnastics. Favorite class, calculus. Favorite color, coral. And my favorite thing is my headphones. Which again, this feels very like Monster High like, but also like I'm just happy. I'll show you a close-up, that we're getting back into some characters for Barbie, because Barbie kind of used to be a very character heavy line and then kind of went the way of like everybody's Barbie, which is totally fine, and I really appreciate that, especially for the like the fashionistas and stuff. The whole, you know, you can be anything and Barbie can be anyone. Love it. However, I do like to see lines that also incorporate the, you know, the character aspects of these dolls and what those can be. So I think that's kind of fun.
We'll go ahead and speed this part up so you don't have to stare at it the whole time. Hopefully I don't cut myself. These tabs here. Interesting. Because I cut my finger on one of the boxes I opened recently. This is a really interesting unboxing. Okay, there we go. Still pretty easy. There was literally no tape on the outside of that at all. Take a look at here. Always test to see, to the best of my ability, to see if any of the things holding them in are rubber bands, because I don't like to cut rubber bands. The funny thing is, I don't like to cut the rubber bands, but then I end up like never actually pulling them off of the packaging, and I just kind of, okay, there we go. They just end up staying attached to the plastic backings anyway. But sometimes I do, it just depends. And then I'll take here. There we go. Oops. And then let's go over, not take her accessories out.
Here's her Amazon stand. Just go ahead and clip that on her. I also, back here is my very not in good condition cerise wood. She has very bad glue hair. She's missing a hand. She's wearing Goldie's shoes, but she was part of an Ever After High lot that I bought a while back, and I just haven't had the opportunity to really redo their hair and kind of restore them. So they just kind of been hanging out. But a lot of people have been comparing these to Ever After High dolls. If these are the Ever After High face sculpts, they definitely are more similar to like these ones that they gave them at the like kind of the soft reboot era when they have the more smiling faces. But a lot of people have been saying, I believe, that she looks like Cerise, which I think she does have a similar face to her, kind of similar nose shape, and you know that, but it's obviously not, again, at least not off of this one, like an exact 1-to-1. But I think it might just be because she has a similar skin tone that people are thinking that this is the one that it is. But like, again, you can definitely see the like the head size and kind of, you know, that type of aspect to them that people are comparing them. And you know, I see it like, especially like putting them right next to each other like this, like they look very similar. So I can definitely see why people are saying that, and I am perfectly fine with that. Like that could be part of why they're only $20 instead of $25, because even though they're completely unique from other Barbies, we already had the sculpts, or at least most of the way of the sculpts, with Ever After High. So that saves a lot of money when they don't have to make new sculpts from scrap. Before I took them off, I just want to show you all though that her braids are currently braided or rubber banded to her arms, which is part of why like I can't get the hair out of her face, because it's literally attached to her arms. I'm trying to be careful here though, because the bows make it so that I can't just pull the hair out of the rubber band. There we go. Woo. And I'll slide this rubber band off. Put that to the side. It does have a little bit of pink on it so it's essentially stained from the clothing. So that makes me a little bit nervous that the doll might be stained, but I don't plan on redressing her. So even if she is, that's not a big deal. To me, I know that is a big deal to other people, but to me it's not. But you can see a little bit of pink there on the rubber band. All right, so we will do our regular top to bottom look at our doll here. No, is that? No, she doesn't have like the Jessica Rabbit going in her hair, in her like artwork. So I'm not sure why she's so heavily has the hair in front of her face here, but she does. Anyway, like I said, we'll start with her top to bottom. So it is currently attached to her head with some rubber bands and one of the tension ties. It is a pair of red like bear headphones, which is cute because we see a lot of like cat headphones. I can't say that I've seen like bear headphones before, at least for a doll. I think that's really cute. It does have the Barbie bee on it, and it is kind of like a clear-ish material. Like it's not completely see-through, but like you can see like the light changing behind it when I run my finger over it. And it does have like full sculpt all the way inside of it. So it's really nice. It's fully sculpted and it is sitting pretty well on her ears. Again, it is totally rubber banded to the gods, but that is fine because again, I don't plan on redressing her. But it is clearly is removable, but I do like that it's attached, so I don't have to worry about that. She does have red streaks in her hair. They are very like light. They're not super intense, which is kind of nice. Again, it kind of gives a very, you know, realistic to it, but also a little bit of fantasy, so that's nice. The red streaks are very few and far between. There's just some here up in her fringe at the front, some here in the braids, and then that little bit that we saw here in the back, but most of it is a light brown, like almost like a golden brown. It is pulling a little bit more yellow in the camera than it is in real life. Gotta love those ring lights, you know. And then in her braid, she does have two of them. Her part is a little bit off to the side. You can see it here. So instead of having it like this would be the center part here, it's a little bit over to what would be her right. And then the braids do come out of that part. So we have one that's a little bit longer than the other. But let's see. This one has 3 bows in it. So we have 1, 2, and 3 bow clips. Again, they are rubber banded to her. They are just slide on and off clips. So I will definitely, again, be leaving those rubber bands on. And then we have 2 clips here. And as you can see, I've been playing with her hair. It's not super soft, but it's not gelled or anything. And it does seem to be a good quality. I do not know what type of hair this is. I'm sure that there are people out there who could tell you what it is, but that person is not me, unfortunately. My guess is going to be that it's a poly hair, again, since it was $20 and it's kind of dry. But I've seen poly hair that's fooled me into thinking it's, saran, and saran hair that's fooled me into thinking it's poly. So I'm not sure, and I'm not gonna make a statement on that. However, I will show you that she does have, to me, looks like a lot of plugs. So she could be very good candidate for restyle, especially because she has a lot of space, because that's one of the things that's hard with like smaller dolls is, the room to actually make hairstyles. So I think that these are a good candidate for that. Let's hold her hair back while we look at her face. And you guys have to let me know if you see these and if they all have this like super Jessica Rabbit or like emo like hair in front of their eyes. Like, I don't mind it, but it's just kind of weird because it doesn't seem like that's like part of her intentional design. All right, so if we look at her face up a little bit closer, go ahead and zoom to make it easier on me. I'm not seeing pixelation, but also like I'm not the best at judging that either, because sometimes I'm like, what are you guys talking about? But like other times I have seen it, but like I think because they have the bigger faces, they're not really pixelated. But I don't know. I mean, I can see little bumps and stuff in her eyes, but like that's just like the nature of the paint that they use on them. But I don't know, it looks flat, and from a distance it looks flat, and that's all that matters to me personally. Again, I'm not a huge Barbie collector, so like take everything that I say with like, a grain of salt, because I'm looking at them through the type of dolls that I do collect. We have her brown eyebrows right here over her eyes. She has red outer eyes and then a yellow in the corner that goes around to the bottom. I really like that style. It's really pretty to kind of like frame her eye like that. Her eyes are like an olive green. And then we have some stars on her cheek, which are really adorable. And this one has some moons on it as well, or a moon, I should say. So we have stars, and then we have like moon and sparkles on this side. So that's really neat that it's different on both sides. So a very simple, but also like cute look, because I guess this is probably because they're the Dream Besties, so that's why they have the little bit of star motif. So there is a look at her nose. She has a little sharp pointed nose. It's really cute. And then she has her big smile here. She has a dark red lipstick that matches the rest of her outfit. But red is a pretty common lip color, so again, I don't think that's going to pull too far away from restyling. She does have really cute dimples, which is something that's really unique, and I like that a lot. Super cute. And then her necklace here, I'm not entirely sure if there's a specific design to it. I'm not really seeing anything other than like jewel on like maybe like a gold chain. There's a little like tag hanging off the bottom, but I don't know if that's intentional or if that's like, I don't know. It almost looks like a snake tongue to me. See that? It almost looks a little forked, or like the top of an apple. I don't know. Let me know if you know what that is, because I am not sure. I said it looks kind of like a spade or like a snake tongue or like an apple. I'm not sure, but she has this little golden necklace, and again, mine could just have like a little extra piece of plastic from like the mold. Next we have her top. So it does appear to be, yeah, it's 2 separate pieces. All right, so we have this red mesh top here. The red mesh top, it does even have the printing around the back. It looks like are those little dots. Okay, I wasn't sure if they were little polka dots or little hearts, but we have this like every other one. So we kind of have this like kind of like open shape, like maybe like a flower and then like a dot. I don't know, they're so small, but you can see it's very clear like every other one has that kind of like open center. It is a turtle neck, so it goes all the way up here and then all the way down to her wrists, and she has a leather top here with the big bow on the front, as well as these straps. They're kind of this like knotted material, almost looking knots. They're really cute. I don't know, it's really unique. And then we have her itty bitty 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 booty shorts. They are ruffled around the bottom, and then they have this like, looks like an elastic waist here at the top. It must be an elastic waist because there is no Velcro in the back, so they are slide on and off. But it's really nice that we have 3 different pieces, and yes, these 2 are just leather, but still like the one piece that does have a little bit of a design on it goes all the way around, which is really nice to see from Barbie. And then we go down here and we have her shoes, which are these like teddy bear material. Like I think that's like part of her motif is like teddy bears, because we have these like fuzzy heels. She comes with a teddy bear and she comes with sunglasses that are teddy bear material. So I guess that's her like motif, but these are like super high heels and I really like them. Especially because again, that doesn't feel like something we're getting a lot with Barbie anymore, so I really appreciate that they gave the besties really big heels, because you can still be smart and fun and kind and fabulous at the same time, and like that's something that I like when Barbie shows that. And now we have our accessory pack, which I will go ahead and open. She has a backpack, a keyboard, a teddy bear, a phone case, and sunglasses. So we have quite a bit of accessories, which again is why I was surprised and happy with the $20 price point, because a lot of the time they get the $25 price point and they're like, it's because of all the accessories. Like, but she comes with a lot and she was only $20, which again may change. But Barbie does tend to have a good price range of things. Like they have, you know, of course their collector dolls are like way super expensive. Like the new $100 set that's coming out for Barbie the movie, but like it's $2, and like a lot of the Barbie movies were like $50. So like it's it's 50 each, which is still kind of ridiculous, but like when you look at it that way, it's less ridiculous. It's nice that Barbie has a variety of price points, because you have the $10 fashionistas, and then now you have the $20 Dream Besties, and you know, up from there. But it's nice to have a variety. Now we have her backpack. It is a pretty clear material. It has kind of a little bluey purple hint to it. It does not appear to open, which is a little bit of a bummer, because I was hoping to at least put her phone in there to keep it safe. But it does seem completely solid. I'm not seeing any gaps. It says game on, and then has hearts on the side here, and then hearts here to kind of make it look like a gaming pad. So these would be like your A and B buttons, and then this is your directional pad. I believe this has a specific name, but I cannot think of it off the top of my head right now. Again, I'm sure if some of you know, you're screaming at me right now telling me what it is, just type it in the comments. That way I can actually hear you, because I cannot hear you actually screaming. I just know that you are. Because if you're anything like me, that's what you're doing. So, I thought I heard the stand snap, and I was like, please no. I don't have a lot of them. I have to share them. Like, whenever you see these dolls behind my dolls in the videos, it's usually the same stands. I just swap them out, because most of my dolls just sit on the shelves or stacked on the shelves, like all of my Ever After High dolls, because I still have to wash them. They're just laying there stacked right now, and the mermaids do not want to stand, so I just was so frustrated. I just left them there. I also just recently redid all of my dolls, because again, I just moved them all onto that Rainbow High house that I showed you at the beginning, which I do plan on doing a video tour of that at some point, so you know, keep an eye out for that. As I was saying, she does have a teddy bear motif, so this is the sunglasses that match. So there's the bear, the sunglasses, and then we already saw the shoe. It's a cute little bear giving a little wave. His eyes are closed. Yeah. And we have her cell phone, which again has a bear on it. This bear, I think, is the same, like, it looks just like her bear. There we go. I do have one and only one Barbie extra. I guess I should have put her out because she also has a bear motif. I just honestly didn't even like realize that Teresa had a bear motif. I thought her motif was gamer. So I did not pull her out originally, but this is her like friend, like her pet. He's supposed to be able to hold a little ice cream, but he dropped it, so there he is. But look, that looks just like him. It's this like the same like color family, and it's like the same shape, the big head and then the little body. So I just think that's kind of funny. I'll just go ahead and set her here. I got her at a Ross. Yes, I got her at a Ross. She's the only, like I said, the only Barbie extra that I have. And then we have Teresa's phone. It is a little red cell phone, blank on the back, except it does say Barbie down here at the bottom, and we have a little indent here for the camera, and then just the mold piece. And it says game over on the front. The home button is shaped like a little heart. We have a little indent here at the top, and then I'm gonna say that this is the little cover that covers the plug. Like obviously like base phones don't have those, but like when they're in the phone cases they have that kind of shape. But it could just be the extra, again, the extra mold from the plastic. And there it goes into the case. The case does have a little thumb hole on it so that she can actually hold it in her hand. But yeah, of course we have to put it in a case because if she's anything like me, she'll drop it 10 million times. And so a case is very important. There we go. There she's holding the phone. And because we already have her holding everything, we'll go ahead and put her necklace back on. And then we'll put some sunglasses on her. See if we can get those on with the headphones still on. I know that can be a challenge. Whoop. There we go. Haha. And her teddy bear. As I knock everything over. Ah! I guess now we can kind of look at the articulation while we're working on this. Okay, there we go. And then bend that there. And then there. Now she can kind of hold him. I guess she can cradle him down here. There. There we go. She can hold him down there. That works. And then her phone, which again is in her left hand, because for some reason Mattel's obsessed with making phones left-handed because all the Monster High phones are also left-handed. Don't know why. That's just where they decided to put the ring on literally all of the phones. And then her last accessory is this clear-ish keyboard. It is has a little purple tone to it, and it says Barbie up here at the top. And then it is actually like textured, like if you can see that, like all the buttons are raised. However, there's not like any like printing or indicators on any of the keys, so they are just completely blank keys. The only printing on it is the raised Barbie wording up here at the top, just so you know it's a Barbie product. That is literally it. And it is hollow on the inside. Probably would be cute in a display. However, she doesn't come with a monitor, she just comes with the keyboard. So I guess I wanted to show her, I guess, all dressed up with her accessories and stuff. And then I'm going to cut for a second and take off her outfit so we can see her body as well as look at the articulation. Extra reminder before we start this next step, we are going to be showing doll nudity. I brought over my made to move Odette. I'm not brought her over because of we're comparing articulation, because obviously they're not gonna have the same articulation, but I just kind of wanted to show you a size comparison to an original type body. This is the body that came from the fashionista. I don't know her number, but she was one of the wheelchair ones. She was, I think, the first wave wheelchair Barbie. It was just the only one that I made to move body that I had that was available for swap, because I don't normally do this kind of thing, but I just really liked this face sculpt and I wanted to put her on a body. I know everyone's been putting her on the tennis player, but I didn't have the money for the tennis player. I already had this body. I got it on clearance, so because I bought it for the wheelchair for my Frankie over there. This is my mini-me, by the way. That's why they are holding a mini Frankie as well and are in a chair and have glasses. So if you ever wonder about that Frankie over there, that is my kind of not really customized, but just kind of like decorated to look like me Frankie. Anyway, I just wanted to, like said, I'm not really here to show off this doll right now. I know the color match isn't 100% perfect, but it's close enough for me and my personal collection. It's just so that you can see kind of a size comparison with a regular type body. Yeah. You can see, obviously, again, she is on her point, like her tiptoes, and she has the flat feet, so she is a little bit shorter than a standard, by a bit, honestly, and in my opinion, a little bit thicker than a standard doll. Her arms definitely look a bit thicker, and then obviously, again, she doesn't have a lot of as much articulation, but this is also made to move. She does actually have quite a bit of articulation compared to, like, say, like a fashionista. Like this one over here is a fashionista. This is a curvy, which she's actually surprisingly shorter than the curvy, because I feel like the curvies, they always make them so short. But yeah, she is shorter than a curvy. Again, I do believe that this is the petite, more of like a petite. But the fashionistas just have head, arm, and shoulder. So they are in between these two with the articulation that they do have, which we're going to see here is shoulder, which is on a ball joint, so it can go out and up. We have elbow joint, which I was struggling with earlier because there's a little bit, it's hard to see on camera, but it's carved more in here, so it doesn't have as much range of motion going out as it does going in, as well as you can see, like the joint kind of functions better if you have this side. So this is whichever way you want to kind of bend your arm, you want this ball. So for some reason it was in the packaging like this, but the articulation works better if this is towards this gap. So then you get the biggest range of motion you can get. And then her wrists do move and rotate. I don't know. Usually with the wrists that move this much, yeah, no, those aren't coming out, and I'm not pulling any harder because I'm not breaking them. If you really wanted them out, I'm sure you could heat them up and pull them out, but for now, they're just going to stay in. And then we have the hip articulation. Can't go out super far to the side, but it can go out somewhat to the side. Looks like a full sit. And even put her legs somewhat together. She leans back a little bit, but she can sit. It's not super awkward. It's not like the full V sit. Like, she can sit with her legs together. That's good. Molded on underwear with the Barbie logo on it, just like we have with the other body. But it doesn't have the stripes that the other one does, which is interesting. And then for her knees, we have this bend here. It is only a single joint, but it can get a full 90. I was gonna say, I think she can actually kneel pretty well because her toes are pointed so nicely with her body. Yeah, these feet remind me a lot of like an OMG, which I believe people have been saying that they can share the clothes with the OMGs. And looks like the shoes, I'm not, like, wouldn't be surprised because, like, look at those arches, man. I love these feet. They're so cute. And they have the little defined toes. Mine does have a little bit of an extra piece from the molding, but, like, seriously, not the big deal. Just pointing out my experience. Again, I just like to let you guys know everything that I find, but just because I point something out doesn't mean that it's something that's going to bother me. Especially, again, she's going to have her clothes on, although her shoes are open-toed, but I don't know that you can see it with, yeah, you can't see it anyway once the shoes are on. So, but yeah, there's her articulation, and of course the head, the side to side, and we do have down and up. It does actually stay quite nicely in these positions, and a little bit of tilt here and there. That's nice. They pretty firm. That is a good head articulation, at least in my opinion, of course. All right. Yeah, so there she is. I'm going to go ahead and get her redressed and give my final thoughts. So here is Teresa out of the box, and kind of in the way that she will show up in my collection in the future, because I've given her the accessories that I think she should be able to hold. So I gave her her backpack, I rubber band on her teddy bear, and she is currently holding the phone with the loop. And then, of course, I left the headbands on just as it was before. Sometimes I'll put the sunnies on the top of their head, but because she already has the headphones on, I'm going to be leaving the sunglasses off. And I don't really have a place for her to hold the keyboard, nor do I really like it as just a keyboard. I wish that there was a little gap in like the backpack that I could stick it in or something, and then that would look cute, but there's not, so I'm totally okay with that. My overall thoughts on this doll is she lived up to the hype that I had for this doll. Obviously, everyone's hype is going to be different depending on what they like and what they don't like and how much, they've seen about these dolls. But personally, the excitement that I felt for this doll when she was potentially coming out is the same that I feel having her in my hand. She lived up to my expectations, and that is great. And again, especially with her being a little bit more towards the 20, or with her being $20, I should say, instead of 25, that I also really appreciate, because again, 25 is about the going rate for dolls like this on the market, with the size scale, the clothing scale, the amount of accessories. So that little bit here and there, of course, always helps, especially when, if you go for the full line, it really makes a difference. I definitely do want to continue collecting these. Overall, I really enjoy this doll. I think it's a good price and a good quality, especially coming from Mattel. And it's not too good. It's not like Rainbow High where it's unsustainable for them to keep them at these price points. So I do hope that in the future we continue to see these dolls at a similar price point and at a similar quality. Sometimes with Mattel lines, they will release the first wave and be really good quality, and then the future ones will kind of lack. Because they're just kind of hoping for that brand recognition. However, I feel like with Monster High, each line has gotten better. And since these dolls make me think a lot of Monster High, from like the packaging to the more like softer body shapes, I'm hoping that these will trend in that direction and only get better from here, which again would be great since I already love them to start with. If I did have to give this doll a critique though, it would be the shorts. Personally, for my style, I would like to see them a little bit longer. One, just because that's, my personal style to wear a little bit longer shorts, but also because Barbie is always very heavy with especially modern Barbie, can be very heavy with the style and like the visual focus being all up here and not really having anything going on down here. Like there is a lot of empty space here on her legs, and especially with her shoes being tan and they're kind of very similar to her skin tone. It's kind of like all of the visuals up here, and there's nothing that really brings you to look down towards her feet. So having the shorts a little bit longer and, kind of bringing that visual guide a little bit further down, I think would have helped. But again, that's not a critique that's going to affect how much I appreciate this doll. It's just something to kind of give, a critical feedback, because I don't want to just sound like I'm just giving all positives all the time. But it's because I feel positive about my dolls. I'm especially recently very particular about what dolls I get. So if I don't like the doll, I'm not going to get it. So that's why my reviews are going to tend towards positive, because they're the dolls that I want. If I didn't want a doll, I wouldn't be buying her. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed our time together as much as I did. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think of her down below. And we will see you also very soon in the next one. Bye!